Hey, everybody. Can people in the Slack channel tell me whether they can hear me? Yes. Slack channel. Thanks. Yeah, can you check on your computer?
So, the thing you need to know about trace routers.
Where do you want
that tells you the list of all of the servers on the way to.
I will start reading the list once somebody confirms that they can in fact hear me on the microphone. Did we lose Alex over there? Will, are you checking the stream? Thank you.
Don't cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams, indeed. Yes, I'll post a link again. No, not what I wanted to do. Let's see. Go. Oh, okay. Alex Amon just said he can hear me. All right, great. Excellent. We're going to go ahead with the list reading. List reading time. All right, if I can get back to the right window, then I will be in good shape. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the GASH 2016 reading of the list. All right. So to get started, we have page 1. Number 1, a copy of the 2016 University Scavenger Hunt list. 1 point. Think we got that one covered. Number 2, don't think your U Chicago crowd crush. Share it with them via a toy plane, a la beach advertising at Judgment. 17 points. Number 3, a mason jar lightsaber. Like we want a functional 2-scale model with the plasma blade contained in some bell jars. So execute order 66 divided by 2 points. Number 4, walking across the quad is fraught on rainy days, but luckily brains, I think that's how you pronounce it, to help you stay dry and properly ending to the plebes. 0.5 points per max 15 inches. Number 5, Jose Banks' tie coat of many colors should be tailored and satisfy Career Advancement's Guide to Business Casual Dress. 21 points. Number 6, get a Kardashian to feature one of your items on their Instagram account. Butt creams and detox tea pay $4,000 and up for such an honor. But what we're going to get it, but we're going to get it for 10 for Rob. Number 7, I can't seriously impress us. Bring us 2 food items, one of which is comprised of 50, and try to pass them both off as 100% non-staple meal food. 8 points. Number 8, Washington slept here is probably the lamest and easiest way to get some sweet street cred over in the Northeast. Call up the university's resident historian, commemorative plaque marking our first Harper naps. 7 points. Number 9, how many problems world's shortest street? The love as ruler. 3 points. Guessing that's road trip. Number 10, no, not the Bush journal with a cover facings. For a first entry from a certified NRA member daydreaming about their crush. A dainty lock to keep your and the Second Amendment. 12 gauge 11 and number 12. Do you ever feel like a plastic? No? What about 5/8 of a tiger? Create your favorite Animorphs cover at Judgment. 6 points. Sorry, Andrew is asking over here, do the kids these days know what Animorphs are? Number 13, does your rope hang low? Can you swing it to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow? What about a monkey's fist, a one-handed bowline? Last year you untied knots. This year you're going to do the exact opposite. Study up and prep your noodliest scabby with the litany of sailing knots for a no holds barred, no bars held, not off Saturday at Hull Gate. 12 points. 14, Mothman, I guess that's another road trip, gives a praying mantis a hug at Dinosaur Land. Amidst all this dinosaur carnage, Jeff Palace of Goldblum wonders whether love too finds a way. While Waldo hides in the shark's mouth. Immortan John Brown addresses his subjects from King Kong's hand. 11 points. Again, in case any of that didn't. Let's see. 15 episode. Rain get a run, but you're wearing papal garments and you're being doused by filled with paint instead. Bring your mitre, I think that's how you pronounce it, to the Midway at 2 p.m. How it's made style video for any one item on the list. 14 points. 17. Expressions of femininity are hard, but painting the nails of your dominant hand is harder, and nail salons are big human rights no-no. Luckily, that's cuticle exists, modern science, which will paint the nails of a judge at judgment without human assistance. We don't want none of that stationary nail press shit. This machine better boogie on over to us and do its magic. Remote controls allowed. 25 points, 10 bonus points if you can do nail art or gels. And that. All right. Go.
Everybody, this is page 2. Page 2 begins. Item 18. Fuck the Confederated States of America. 0 points. 19 all night for Scav. Wouldn't it? 30 points. And drawn to the fake yellow candle. Jeff Goldblum wishes there had been war against aliens and not aliens. 2 points. 21. Moderately sized dog with chicken eating them without hands. 5 points. 22. Mort appears in the although attempt to hide in 33. Scav feast. Earth. You might have to for all this talk environmental. The aquatic habitats are becoming more and more widespread. Appetizer use freshwater marine. Next, invasive species are displacing native organisms and disrupting ecosystems. Blech. And the best way to fight their expanse is with a knife and fork. Combine an invasive, traditionally non-domesticated protein and an invasive plant species and cook them for us in the style of the region they are colonizing to make it delicious and eco-conscious entree. Finally, and weather from droughts and fires to the thing that will soon become commonplace. Devise the same dessert twice, incorporating these opposing processes. One cooked through sous vide, the other flambe or by direct flame. Eat like it's the end of the world in the Cox Lounge at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. Izzy, I've got a 34. Your music video for the Quiet Riot classic, Come On, Feel Veloz, must feature big hair and Veloz being rocked to its very core by the power of your metal. This one goes to 11 points. 25. A food baby. At Hartman's Rock Garden in Springfield, Jeff Palace of Goldblum drops a coin in the wishing fountain, hoping one day for a statue. The lovers take a photo from their new punk band, Lovers Quarry. 3 points. 27. University of Chicago dormitory, including all of your favorite quirks, nooks, and dryers somebody pooped in that one time, rendered in The Sims 3 University Expansion Pack. Scav Hunt yields to neither retirement nor wrecking balls, so dormitory buildings past and present are equally welcome. 28. A parrot that squawks spring break. 20 points. 8 bonus points will be awarded to parrots wearing tiny Oakleys and tank tops from the Fort Lauderdale Hooters. Thornton John Brown curses Stonewall Jackson to his face outside of Lexington. 2 points. 30. Whose fiance flew his helicopter to Alan Shop's to Alan 31. Mothman has a magical duel with the wizard of John Brown. A candle in their memory. Jeff, Palace of Gold, with his death mask someday. 11 points. 32. And a variety of motivational Scav phrases at Scav Olympics. And don't forget a way to highlight Scavies as they lean in for the kiss cam. Score points.
Anyone who's not doing any keys or other vital things like this reading could disconnect from Wi-Fi until done with this reading. That would be awesome. This includes phones and laptops. So thank you and sorry for the trouble.
No worries. That's I put it under. No, I put it under here. So that that page is the next page.
There we go. Okay. All right. Who wants to see next page? Captain Jones. Woo! Captain Jones.
Hello. I'm Captain Joan. This is page 3 of the 2016 list. Number 33. If we're going to have a Jumbotron, you might as well bring an inspirational TIFO display that uses assembled screens of your team to proclaim how much you rule to anyone present at your headquarters or judgment. Unlike pieces of poster board, your screens should be able to cycle through 3 different displays. 12 points. Item 34. Did he ever tell you about the Scavvy's teeth? Well, he looks at the mold and something is inscribed there, right on the back of the inside. Rules! 3.2 points. Item 35. As a millennial, I don't know how to react to something unless I have big yellow buttons that outline my options. Make a real-world BuzzFeed reaction board that can be used during the judging of this page to announce whether a given completion is LOL, win, cute, WTF, of course, fail. Through the production of sounds, love, and signage. 14 points, 5 bonus points if you provide the option of responding with a live-action GIF. Number
live-action GIF. Damn it, I'm pronouncing it GIF.
GIF, whatever. I didn't mean to start a holy war. Item number 36. I've metaphorically fetishized my conception of masculinity about as far as I can. A butt plug lovingly carved into the shape of Theodore Roosevelt so I can literally stimulate myself with a literal fetish to my conception of masculinity. Hand-carved and lacquered just as the man himself would have wanted. 21 and over dialectical points. Number 37. You know who's lived a lifetime of achievement? Your mom. Surprise your mom with a Lifetime Achievement Oscar. Make sure she gives a speech. 2 points. We have 2 moms on this team, but I... All right, item 38. Woody Allen famously produced Marshall McLuhan to ridicule a blowhard in line for The Sorrow and the Pity. With the benefits of the Ivory Tower and a Kinko's, you can get this too. A cardboard simulacrum of a U of C professor that plays a recording of that professor saying what exactly they say to someone who, quote, knows nothing of their work, unquote. Then use this to rebut one of your instructors in class on Thursday or Friday. 17 points. Number 39. This is the year all your chickens come home to roost, because captains' costumes are the birds of North America. Your captains must be recognizable from a provided reference photo according to their plumage and beak. Both species and sex of the bird are up to you. While birds of a feather may flock together, each of your captains must hatch as a different bird species. Some Greek letter number of points. Number 40. It's so sad that cats in real life don't act like the ones in Nico Atsume. Build your model Nico Atsume yard somewhere in your headquarters and send a team member dressed up as your favorite Nico Atsume cat to each other team's yard. Teams get points both for the adorable photos they snap of cats playing with real Nico Atsume goodies and for the number of mementos they manage to distribute to the other teams. 1 point per memento, 1 point per photo. Number 41. Now it's time for the snake fight portion of Scav Hunt.
Yes!
6 points. Number 42. Sunglasses for when your phone's dead and you need to substitute by making real-life Instagram filters. 4 points per pair, up to 3 pairs using stock Instagram filters. 6 points for an additional pair with a never-before-seen filter. Number 43. Presidential Library Carnival cutouts. George H.W. Bush vomiting on the Japanese Prime Minister. Jimmy Carter being attacked by a nutria. George W. Bush dodging shoes. Which presidential moment do you most want to relive? Build one cutout that lets you step into the body of a U.S. president at a particularly humorous moment. 13 points. Number 4. The toy BB-8 you can buy online is an adorable little puppy, but the BB-8 in The Force Awakens was a strong, proud dog. Build us a movie-sized BB-8 droid with custom livery that makes it well-suited to piloting your team's hypothetical X-Wing. Your BB-8 doesn't need to be independently motored, but it should be able to stand upright without assistance, rotate its head to survey the area, and freely roll in any direction while keeping its head on top of its body. 75 points. 25 bonus points if your BB-8 actually does respond to remote control and can move according to our input. 10 bonus points if BB-8 can give us a thumbs up. Item number 45. Butts by Dre. 1 point. Anyone want on the next page?
With bonus platypus. All right. How is this good? Yes? No? Close? Something? I don't know. You can't really see the platypus, but that's okay. All right, page 4. Number 46. A jar jar jar. A jar jar jar. 4 points. Number 47. I lost it all. My retirement savings, the Pepe crash of 2015. If only CNBC had a program with a little pep to help me manage and invest my vital cultural assets. Give me your top picks, buys, sells, overvaluations, gratuitous sound effects, and a U Chicago faculty insider on speakerphone for your pile Mad Mimi. Plus 15.01, delta 0.02% points. 48. Sad saps don't know the fur thing about phenomenology. You're talking out of your ash like you know about trees, but you beaches haven't been living larch. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get water? Become one with the tree by duct taping some branches to your limbs and slurping up a maple syrup milkshake via a long straw. Tree points for sprucing up. 1 point per foot of vertical straw if eucalyptus, some sweet dairy, max 10 feet. Number 49. Your team thirsts. Good thing your HQ has a giant hamster water bottle for them. Can we put beer in ours?
Yeah.
All right. That was number 49. So number 50. Let's show these motherfuckers how we settle things on Clickatat Street. The 2016 Ribsy tournament. You stand 10 paces from your opponent. We place one unfamiliar dog between you, Ribsy. Whomever Ribsy chooses gets to advance to the tournament. Winner keeps the dog. All pockets will be checked for raw meat. We'll separate the meddling Muppets from the evil land developers Saturday at 2 p.m. on the Social Sciences Squad. 10, 7, and 5 points for winning, second place, and participation, respectively. Number 51. As recently featured in the New York Times, social psychologist Dr. Arthur Aron developed an experimental protocol to induce feelings of love between two strangers. Send us the names of 4 people on your team willing to undertake this procedure, along with their preferred genders of their partner. We will select 2 of them to appear at the Reynolds Club South Lounge at 10 a.m. on Thursday for a process that takes about 45 minutes to an hour. 5 points.
10 a.m. Thursday.
10 a.m. Thursday, so that's fast. Number 52. T-Herb A? No. Well, I mean, it's a TBA, but it's T and then square brackets, lowercase, capital T, square bracket, lowercase I-R, uppercase B, close square bracket, A. Yeah.
Whatever.
At 20 points. So something.
That'll be fun.
53. At the Rocky Ridge Slide, Mothman remembers what it was like to be able to fly. The rest of the lovers follow after them. BYO blanket. 3 points. 54. You little rascals made a pedal-powered go-kart that seats 2? Let's see what it can do. And of course, if it can look good doing it. 250 points based on aesthetics, mechanism, placement of the race, and course objectives. Showcase faux show. 250. 55. The lovers try their hands at the War of Currents game at the Proto Build Bar, while Waldo sits still long enough to enjoy some sweet, sweet lemonade. 9 V points. 56. How do I know you're the villain in my sports movie? You flip your bat on a base hit. You juggle the puck on your stick before scoring on the open net. You posterize your opponent instead of passing to an open teammate. You begin your touchdown dance at the 3-yard line, and you do it in a single take. 1 + 1 + 2 + 6 points. 57. A crown tickler and solution. 14 points. 58. The trouble with tribbles is, well, I could tell you, but I'd rather just show you. At the Erie, we'll hand one of your captains a tribble. The trouble should become increasingly obvious to you throughout the hunt. 2 to the 5th power points.
I actually brought a triple.
Nice.
Giving us a triple. Oh.
Well, they're giving us one tribble,
I'm going to start dividing.
but we should give them back too. All right. Number 59. Notwithstanding the drivel found in Entertainment Weekly, I'm certain that Hollywood stars like Ken Watanabe, Helena Bonham Carter, James Harper, Michael Keaton, and Freddie Prinze Jr. can and should be ranked in some sensible astronomical order. 2.5 points. 60. What is this? A scav hunt item for ants? Replicate any item on this list in no greater than 1/100 scale. Full points awarded for full ant functionality. The next item has to be at least 3 times bigger than this. 61. What is this? A scav hunt item for dogs? Replicate any item on this list in scented high contrast grayscale. Full points awarded for an item which, using basic concepts, comforts and reassures any dog involved. 7 dog year points. All right. 5?
I'll take one.
All right.
Hello, I'm Nikki. I'm not a captain. I'm just here to read. Item 62, have your team's Anna Goanna, quote, do the tell, unquote, of your history at judgment before the gathered team members. 5 points. Item 63, the 2 books you need to know everything, logically speaking. 2 points. Item 64, a car, omega points. Item 65, have Shosha teach Soch, y'all. If you can't get the skipper himself, maybe just have your Soch teacher dress up as a catcher. 40 points and 4 points, respectively. Item 66, have the team member who always wanted to do a front flip but couldn't ever do a front flip by jumping in the air and having several other people catch them and then spin them around. We'll bring the mat. 3.6.
Yes.
Anyone who wants to should be able to do that item because we're GASH and we can do whatever we want. 3.60 points. Item 67, treat some, quote, men at work, unquote, to Men at Work's greatest hit, an accompanying dance. Wait. All OSHA guidelines must be followed in the completion of this item. 1 point. 2 extra points if they join in. Item 68. At Wapakoneta's Temple of Tolerance, Mothman is struck with the realization that it does not matter where they came from as much as it matters where they're going. They go to check out that sick red barrel. As Jeff Palace of Goldblum wanders around, he accepts this rocky palace to be just as beautiful as gold and sheds his golden layer to reveal the beautiful actor within. Surrounded by the...
I'm sorry. I want to, if anybody's working on road trip and that's actually happening, it's 7 a.m. Is that
Yes, that is earlier than usual, and that's definitely gone out. Thank you, Benny. Thank you. Continuing with item 68. Surrounded by the overwhelming feeling of tolerance, Immortan John Brown realizes that his true calling is not to subjugate the denizens of the wasteland, but to free all peoples from the scourge of slavery. He sings the song of the Temple of Tolerance softly to himself, while Waldo, the sensitive one, lights the candle one last time, letting all their troubles burn away into a pillar of fragrant smoke. 15 points. Item 69. Do your best alien impression in front of the remaining ad for War of the Worlds on campus. 1 point. Item 70. Way back during Scav 3, we asked teams to bring us a Nobel Prize. Now that we're older, we know how many other awards we callously and unfairly neglected. Let's fix that. Find University of Chicago faculty members who've won a prestigious national or international award and invite one or more of them to represent your team at a Friday afternoon symposium. The specific award doesn't matter. Nobel, Fields, Pulitzer, Ig Nobel, Kokusai Seibugatu Sho, Clark, Presidential Medal of Freedom, others. We want to see them all. Teams should bring their award-winning professors to room 001 of the BSLC at 5 p.m. on Friday, May 6. Each one will get 2 minutes to display their prize because we want to see the evidence and explain the intellectual work that won it. If your professors insist they need slides to do their work justice, they may bring a PowerPoint presentation on a memory stick. An individual professor can be claimed by only one team. 5 points for each professor your team brings in their up to 2 minute talk, plus 3 bonus points for displaying their award, minus 1 point for every 30 seconds the professor speaks over 2 minutes. We'll cut off each team after 10 minutes. Unfortunately, we don't have all day for this. 71. The lovers have a collective panic attack in the shadow of hashtag the love butt. Will they ever find a butt of their own to love? 3 points. 72. Just because your roommate gets annoyed by the noise doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to listen to your microwave beep. The solution, a microwave with a headphone jack. Bonus points if it can play elevator music while you wait. 26 points. The judges have recently purchased the domain commodities.xxx. We submissions of the steamiest commodity fetishism in text or video form. 5 points. Note, if you mistake the commodity for its trigger, a person, and feature any human nudity, the surplus value of your points will be 0. Number 74. Drive away the witch judging this page with your very own Drudenstein. The witch will have to confirm that it's the genuine article before the magic takes hold. 3 points. 75. Have the wrist flick of a beer pong champion, but fancier tastes than a case of Natty Light. Our call on the quad on Friday at 12:30 will suit you. 14 points. And item 76. A sculpture piece from the collection at Philadelphia's brand new Rodin Museum, installed on the main quad by noon on Friday. 38 points.
Okay, page 6. Number 77. Emerton John Brown witnesses the Marietta Soda Museum and pours one out for his Kansas War boys, riding shiny and chrome in Valhalla. Strong men also cry. While Waldo recoils in horror at the store next door. 5 points. Number 78. An attractive floral patterned sugar bowl made of sugar. 22 plus 12 minus 11 points. Number 79. It's your old enemy, your old friend. It's a Bartlett pepper shaker. Somewhere in Ida there is hidden away such a single bronze gem. Bring it to me. Only one shall get the points. 11 points. Number 80. Operation is all good fun, but butterflies in the stomach and brain freeze are hardly the kind of hypochondriacal pseudoscience we want to teach our children these days. Design and demonstrate open heart surgery, the fun and accurate tabletop game of scalpels and bypass for blossoming surgeons. 21 points. Number 81, mint counterfeit coins. Must be able to be submerged in a fountain for several hours and retain their edible minty counterfeit goodness. 6.7 points. Number 82. Your RH is coming to your room for a chat, but your desk is still littered with those detailed plans for throwing things out the window, plus various other bits of contraband. Not to worry. You've rigged a single switch to make at least 4 parts of your desk flip, slide, or otherwise vanish from sight to be replaced with less incriminating facades. 200 points.
Item number?
82.
I like that.
Yeah. 83. Friends Forever tampons was such a wonderful idea that you should make sure they arrive on campus this weekend. Come to Judgment wearing your hygienic prototype, with a friend, of course, with suitable commercial packaging to draw investors. 18 points. Number 84. Cook me an egg using the heat from a computer. Excellent points. Number 85. Largest bubble bath. Must have suds over entire surface and rubber ducks. 45 points for an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Lesser points for lesser bodies of water. Number 86. Yes, we're all terribly amused by this little kitty who's all so cute and is roly-poly shaped and is named Pusheen. I'm not convinced she doesn't have a dark side. Provide me with evidence that she does, preferably in the form of image files that can be sent along to non-believers. 6.66 points. Number 87. A puzzle game that would make Frajad jealous. Craft a physical set of rhombus, pentagon, and diamond tiles with curved lines on them that, when placed in such a way with unbroken lines, can only form a perfect Penrose tiling. Tiles must also form a defined boundary or game board. Completed puzzle must be at least 8 by 8 inches with tiles made of wood, acrylic, or plastic. 17 points.
I know someone who makes those. Awesome. Do your thing with the items, with the items doing thing times now, which is not.
Yeah. Number 88. This Friday at 8 p.m., join us at the Cloister Club for the gala opening of Museum Campus Southeast, BYO Museum. Museum concept should be wholly original. And remember, any decent museum has at least 2 artifacts, an interactive exhibit, and a gift shop featuring homemade merch. Each team should also send one up-and-coming socialite to walk the reddish carpet, clad in Met Ball-style couture themed around your museum subject matter. Finally, you bring the hors d'oeuvres or bite-sized desserts. We'll provide the Martinellis and Dominoes. Gamma points. Number 89. Have you never noticed how cranes ever got up there? They're mustard yellow beams reaching up into the heavens. Another greater crane must have lifted them, of course. Each one lifted by one taller, all the way back to the mother crane herself. Deliver your sermon for the glory of the mother crane and convert as many onlookers as you can. Proselytize, my cranelings, and by no means forget your other ritual vestments, tokens, or other accoutrements that shall dynamically figurate the mother crane's eternal magnificence. 7 points. Number 90 is a set of 3 semaphore figures for 20 points. Number 91, a slab of cement with a team member's identifying prints and signature. 15 slabby points. Number 92, Joy Mangano may have revolutionized the self-wringing mop head for our cleaning convenience, but you're going to be a big hit on QB Scav with your self-straining pasta mop head for our dining convenience. One payment of 19.95 points.
Hi, is he here? Page 7. 93. An enormous block of ice installed in Hutch Courtyard that will melt over the course of the 4 days to reveal a mysterious surprise, Siberian mammoth style. 32 degrees points. 94. It is disappointing that the selection of wooden seats carved and painted to resemble great works at the Art Institute is limited to that one Nighthawks bench in the International Terminal at O'Hare. Surely you can improve on this with a figure with meat throne. 55 points. Man, Bellefontaine really loves its streets. How many Jeff Palliser Goldblums old is the world's oldest concrete street? Jeff Palliser Goldblum has a breakthrough with the lovers when he finally reveals to them his true age. 2 points. Telescoping generations occur when parthenogenic species, such as aphids, swarm during short periods of favorable conditions. In these cases, an adult female will be pregnant with a child that is already pregnant and who gives birth shortly after she herself is born. Given that fad toys experience similar population explosions, we would expect them to have similar life cycles. Provide proof of this using popples, TM, blurp balls, TM, or kushkins, TM. 3 + 3 + 3 points. 97. Immortan John Brown wonders whether he should try and liberate the elephants at Mr. Ed's Elephant Museum and Candy Emporium, or use them to wage war instead. Waldo tries to use the outhouse and gets a surprise. What's Mr. Ed's favorite elephant? 7 points. 98. Yesterday, a wizard entered Chicago with a case full of magical creatures. And unfortunately, some have escaped. 1 point per creature. 99. We may never have another white Christmas, so prepare us for the coming post-apocalyptic desert landscape with a full-size Sandman complete with corncob pipe, button nose, and 2 eyes made out of coal. 7 points if it also comes alive when children put an old tub hat on it. 100. You know how if you step on the Reynolds Club seal, you won't graduate in 4 years? Or if you don't bury a statue of St. Joseph upside down in the yard, you won't sell your house? Well, if you don't do this item, you won't win Scav Hunt. Establish a team superstition and see that it is followed throughout the hunt. The superstition of whichever team wins the hunt was clearly correct, so keep that in mind for the future. Superstitions should be announced at the Airy so we can watch for them. 12 points plus 1. 101. Vaping. Why biscuit? Because it's delicious. That's why. Produce an aerosolized soup that can and will be inhaled. 102. The Stoke. Proof of obtaining the Stoke is contingent entirely on catching a proper wave on Lake Michigan during the hunt. Hang 10 points. 103. At Noah's Ark in Frostburg, newly single Mothman worries about whether they would be allowed on the Ark without a mate. Immortan John Brown has a suggestion for Noah. More flames. A pair of points. 104. Gone are the days when every pop cultural phenom, from Pac-Man TM to Urkel, automatically got their own breakfast cereal and canned pasta. How will future generations know that the likes of Flappy Bird or Carly Rae Jepsen ever even existed, if not for boxes full of weird little shapes purporting to be them? Do your part to ensure the immortality of a current craze by rendering it in a cheap yet delicious cereal or pasta format. 16 points. 105. Jeff Palace of Goldblum flirts with the pinups on Betty's Red Hot. Immortan John Brown reads an eye-opening book from the museum in back. 4 points. 106. Poo-poo to the scabbies, he was grinchily humming. They're finding out now that no judges are coming. They're setting it up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open in a minute or two. Then the scabbies in Idaho will all cry boo-hoo. Looks like the scabbies need to show someone the true meaning of Scav Hunt. It's an upside down A, or it's like it's an A with no crossbar. Points. Capital lambda points. Bonus points if judges' small hearts grow 3 sizes that day. Yes.
All right. You can just sit down. Thank you. Did you just finish 8? No. Oh.
We just finished 7.
Just finished 7. Oh, okay.
By the way, just a real quick thing, any typing monkeys who are still typing, the pages are double-sided. If you don't want to type both sides, that's fine, just let me know.
Oh, they're all double-sided?
All the pages are double-sided, yes.
Item 107. The poor scabby was badly burned and disfigured, trying to save their team from a house fire. Like and share by bringing them to judgment. Just the face equals 1 prayer point. The whole body equals 5 prayer points. 108. Seeing someone walk around with glass eyeballs is a rare occurrence. Wooden eyeballs, though, I think that might be rare. The rarest? Definitely a chocolate bonbon eyeball with anatomically correct insides. Said eyeball need not, and hell, should probably not be inserted into a real eye socket. 20 points. 109. Oh, and you want an anatomical sphere that can and should be kept forever? How about something as simple as a double bouncy double ball? And by a bouncy double ball, I mean a working bouncy ball with another specialty ball visible inside of it. Specialty balls are limited to those of the family jewel variety, preferably from a non-humanoid family. You guys know what I'm talking about. 13 points.
Why?
110. I've been told that things don't usually start to get wet until well past second base. What is up with this person? So your partner is in for an unexpectedly soggy surprise of a different sort as the bogusly large facade of this water bra disappears when the bra is unhooked. 8 plus 008.5 points.
Yes.
111. To the tune and in the linguistic style of the original Schnitzelbank, conduct a Chicago area bar in singing about the topic of your choice. The non-Animaniacs version with a poster accompaniment is preferred. 7 points. That sounds like fun. 112. At your college Ragers, have you found yourself sick of having to manually refill your beer pong table at the end of every game, especially when the team running the table keeps skimping on the beer they put in their cups? Design and implement a table that will take care of your refilling needs with the flip of a switch. Oh dear. Cups can be manually set, but the refilling of the liquid of your choice, not necessarily beer, should be automatic. 40 ounces points. 113. Using 2 fake giant fingers and 1 real normal size skateboard, pull at least 3 classic tech deck tricks at one of Chicago's many free skate parks. Please note that legs dressed to look like fingers will earn you 0 points. Skate points. 114. Immortan John Brown understands the effects of moisture deprivation and kindly helps Chief Leather Lips to some lip balm in Dublin. 2 moist points. 115. The year is 2999, and Ron Popeil has invented the earth-shattering device. The first figures of great historical value to be granted eternal life are your captains. Bring one of their functioning heads to judgment, eternally preserved and prepared to deliver some stupid quip about that crap year 2016. 6 points. 116. I know you Scabby spend a lot of money on those team t-shirts, and it'd be ridiculous for me to ask for one as a souvenir. So do your best job recreating your shirt for me using the process that thrifty online do-it-yourselfers employ to make recycled t-shirt rugs. 12 points. 117. No, excuse me, 17 points on that one. Build a bag press and soon. With this bag press, build your own skateboard deck and document the process with pictures. Wheels and trucks need not be homemade, but the team-centric decal on the bottom should be fully dry before you pull a sick ollie in front of me at judgment. 33 points. 118. Scabbing your way during school today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away by recreating the intro sequence of Cheers as accurately as you can, using drawings and old-timey photographs of your team hanging out at Hyde Park haunts through the last 30 years? Pictures need not actually date from that year in which they visually appear to, but in exchange you should be able to provide your own cover of the Cheers theme song to accompany the video. 12 points. 119. This year has been lame in a lot of ways, and I'm starting to blame it on your lack of luck. Reclaim it like the great Mayday Maloney by finding your lucky bottle cap. Pull off the trick to prove it before my very eyes, either at judgment or elsewhere. 10 points. Next victim.
Next one is
19. That's the one we're working on to type. Do we have the copy?
I do not know. Here's page 9. This is yours.
Okay, cool.
Great. Hey guys. Alrighty. Item 120. Bitch better have a hauntingly beautiful video of a bunch of skeletons dancing to Bitch Better Have My Money. No puppets. Don't act like you forgot. 9 points. You'd be expelled on the spot if you came to convocation in a decorated mortarboard, but we won't tell Zimzam if you roll up to Judgment Day in a tricked-out grad hat. Your mortarboard should form the base of an elaborate diorama depicting an iconic scene from U Chicago history, class of 19. Did you know U Chicago has a ceremonial mace for use at convocations and other occasions of high ceremony? Did you know that your team has a ceremonial mace for use at Judgment Day and other occasions of high ceremony? 8.5 points. Break off a piece of toffee using a toffee hammer. 4 points. sorry, the hot fall and summer and winter and also each multicolored layer should mimic the hues of a different season, 5 points per season. On your right comes up the Shenandoah, having ranged along the foot of the mountain 100 miles to seek event. On your left approaches the Potomac, a quest of passage also. In the moment of their junction, they rush together against this mountain, rend it asunder, and pass off to the sea. This scene is worth a voyage across the Atlantic, 1 point per lover's selfie. 126. I've been not saying the numbers. I apologize. Talked about a two-way twister. Let's share the love with our municipal fam bam. Hit up as many of Chicago's sister cities as you can, and be sure to commemorate each visit by performing the Sister Sister theme song in front of a local landmark. 3 points per official international sister city included. 127. Imagine my when the chandelier earrings at Claire's trade to illuminate the sides of my pair that look and light up like actual chandeliers. Forever 21 points, 0 points for open flame ears. Yeah, why? Sorry, 128. Just born? Trade board. Let's mix things up. Bring us peeps. Trademark themed around a holiday that's never been included in the brand's. The time is creeping ever nearer. Your depart and head to the center. Make sure to fill yourself with plenty beforehand. This, you understand, will make the sacrifice easier. It's not sated by the weakened or weakened blood. You know the one you are sacrificing to. You have seen him before. He searches for you at the blood drive, still ephemeral in form, only able to use his fading strength for sporadic television appearances. Feed him, Scavies, and he will give unto you incredible abstract units of value just before he goes to finish his mission. Some points. Blood drive. There are. Oh. And Zodiac. Okay, 130. They kicked the lady judges out of Ida for smoking, but some old woman on a kitschy map totally said it was okay. Can you please track her down to 131? Rushmore? Mount Crushmore. Do a Mount Rushmore kind of thing, but with Rob Lowe, Taylor Hanson, and Zayn Malik. And also made up, at least one of them should be wearing a tiny baseball cap, 22 points. 132, for my Bodas de Sangre wedding inspo, a beautiful bridal gown that converts into a tasteful morning down the aisle turns into a funeral march, 29 points. 133, yo, how many of UChicago's identity standards can you break in a single uchicago.edu webpage? 12 points. And finally, 134, Career Scav Advancement is proud to offer the Jeff Metscav internship program, which provides, quote, paid, end quote, substantive, end quote, internships exclusively to Scavies during the 4 days. Interested teams should choose one candidate with a flexible schedule to apply for this prestigious opportunity. You may submit your applicant's resume to the selection committee at the ARI, i.e. Captain Suit Nanny. Please note that in today's job market, a resume must engage all of the 5 senses in order to capture our attention. Candidates progressing to the next stage will be notified immediately and should report to McCormick Tribune Lounge at 5 p.m. for a group interview. Stipend of up to row points. Alrighty.
Cool. Hi again. All right. So page 10, item 135. Thermal driving head. You sicko. Construct a closed fluid system that clearly demonstrates your use of natural circulation to force a small object through the piping. 6 + 9 + 6 + 9 + 6 + 9 points. Let's see. As the sun sets on the West Virginia hills, Gold, Ocean of Goldblum, calls his parents and has an earnest conversation about his life while standing on the balcony. What does it all mean? 4 points, 0 points if Jeff Pallas of Goldblum does not actually call their parents. Seriously, call your parents. They worry. 137. You seem to be having a hard time tying a knot in that cherry stem with your tongue. Why don't you get your friend over there to help out? Whoa, now, don't let them do all the work. You'll really have to put your heads together for this one. Less than 3 points. 138. Wine painting. It's like normal painting, but you get to drink your medium. 10 points. 139. This item is a dick. A dick made out of ice. A dick made out of ice with hollow icy balls that you can pour a shot of whiskey into and drink out of the tip. A whiskey dick. 27 points. 140. MS paint me like one of your French girls.
MS paint me like one of your French girls.
Yep. You bring the laptops. We provide the naked judge at 3 p.m. on Friday in the Reynolds Club South Lounge. Windows 7 points. 141. In Scav, as it is in life, all things fade and quickly turn to myth, except for this item. It will last a lifetime. Your canvas is the leg of a generous donor. Everything between the toes and the knee falls under your domain. The subject of the piece is an octopus. The size, placement, and intricacies of the design are left to your creative discretion, so long as the tattoo is multi-chromatic. After the hunt, the mysterious donor will get one design of their choosing immortalized on their leg and will provide photographic updates to the artist of their vision coming to life. 2 octopodes worth of points, a half octopus worth of bonus points for your design being selected by the leg donor. 142, a Ken TM Dama, 5 points. 143, at Alan Cottrell's Sculpture Studio and Gallery, Mothman is depressed that there's no statue of them there. Jeff Palace of Goldblum rejects bronze as an inferior metal. Immortan John Brown rides the ice skate wearing sheep into battle, while Waldo blends in among the statues upstairs. 6 points cast in view. 144. Okay, so like what your fingers, but on your hands. Imagine it. Just like 2 huge fist-sized bugles for your hands. 14 points. 145. Psionics created a game. We turned it into a sport. Send 1 remote-controlled car and driver to Hutch Courtyard at 6 p.m. on Thursday for the Rocket League or our IRL tournament. Ugh. While your vehicle cannot exceed the 5-pound weight limit, your pit crew is encouraged to modify their dragster for maximum scoring potential. Teams will be randomly assigned. 10 points for participation, 5 points for the winning team, 5 for the MVP, most valuable pocket rocket. 146. Immortan John Brown, not Joe Brown, laughs at the puny weapons in the basement of Blenner Hansett. Waldo finds an oil painting on the first floor that can't be identified. While Waldo empathizes. Mothman feels special looking at the mystery case upstairs. Jeff Palace of Goldblum reenacts the Burr-Hamilton duel as part of his one-man show in front of the replica of a replica death mask. While Waldo is moved to tears, he's the sensitive one. 12 points. 147. A homemade, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this, string-pulled mask depicting the transformation of your captain from mere human to a bird of North America. I'm not sure what that is. It's a mask of some sort, though, that has to reveal what they look like. Item 147. 148. While Waldo shields his beloved goose from the piercing eyes of the Mothman statue in Point Pleasant, Mothman checks out their own pecs. 4 points. That's page 10. Do we have page 11? All right, who wants to read it? Benny? All right, page 11. Yeah, here you go.
All right.
We're going to hand pages to me.
Awesome. Page 11, which is a prime numbered page, ergo one of the best pages. Item 149, puppy disagrees. Oh, who's a good dog who doesn't understand prime numbers? That's your problem. You have a tiny dog brain. All right. This is not Scav Hunt for Dogs. It's very true. All right. Item 149. Is this your headquarters we're walking into, or the mouth of an unexpectedly large animal? We can't tell, nor should we have to. 7 points for 2D, 28 points for 3D. Item 150. Don't be such a square. We're calling for a dose-a-dough. Construct a dose-a-dose-a-dose. Book using as many copies of Charles Lipson's most seminal work as can be honestly gathered. 0.2 points per book, max 10 points. That's 50 books. 151. A simple picture created within a slab of agarose or acrylamide using only electrophoresis that will make everyone else's lab gel us. The was not in the item, but 31 points. 152, a small bag, at least 1 foot by 1 foot of a farrier's work, 11 points. 153, the lovers go to the moon, prince and statue of Neil Armstrong at Purdue University. Jeff, Palace of Goldblum, remembers when he played a scientist in that one movie. Mothman feels a kinship with Neil Armstrong because they, like the moon landing, are a myth, 5 points. Damn straight. 154, turn that fabric poster from your last conference into fabric clothes that are business casual enough to wear to your next poster presentation. 18 points. 155. Mothman finds themselves strangely drawn to the bright light of the Roanoke star. The light of the star fills the lovers with hope for the next and last day of their journey. 5 points. 156. For Scav Hunt's big 3-0, we won't be settling for just normal birthday candles. We want a candle whose actual flame will do the singing using some weird science. 30th birthday points. 157. Fort Wayne, more like Fort Lame, 0 points. 158. Tarzan's personalized stripping routine at the end of Magic Mike XXL really spoke to us. We feel it's only appropriate to honor one of the notable women from UChicago's history with their own goddess glitter painting. Like in Magic Mike XXL, your chosen goddess should come to light with one glittery movement at judgment. Unlike in Magic Mike XXL, no stripping is necessary. XVI points. 159. A working pair of homemade infrared astrophones. There should be no communication unless you can see the whites of their receiver. 26 points. 160. While Waldo scouts a new franchise location at the Circle of Stones in the woods before passing his goose through the Mother Stone, it's a metaphor. Mothman helps Jeff, Palace of Goldblum, get in touch with nature. 6 points. 161. If only we could freeze time, we would freeze this moment, right here, right now, and build an ornate tiered sandcastle on the top half of a frozen hourglass. We can't. Can you? 17 points. 162. Oh, Jesus Christ. 162. Sort sandpaper by roughness using just your tongue. 3 points. That's no, it really doesn't, and that's a pretty solid item. All right, 163. 163. Immortan John Brown assumes the big boy pose outside the Shoney's Museum in Charleston. What a big boy. 4 big points. Apparently, and I'm pretty psyched for that. 164. Recreate a scene from the Dust Bowl in the style of Max Zorn's packing tape art. 12 points. 165. What's that? You got invited to join the librarians to help them track down a miscellaneous magical objects? We're not going to believe you until we see a bona fide invitation. Letters should sequentially appear only when prompted. 5 points for letters, 8 points for glowing letters. 166. Immortan John Brown asserts his dominance over Harper's Ferry by chugging a bottle of water while standing on top of Jefferson Rock. 5 points. 167. Construct a working harmonic analyzer capable of Fourier analysis. Your analyzer should accept an input of at minimum 5 amplitudes. 80 points, 25 bonus points if you can alter Michelson's original design to enable your analyzer to draw a discernible object or face in the style of, quote, Ptolemy and Homer, end quote. I understood some of those words. That was item 167. Okay. Item 168. Oh, this one's pretty good too. Item 168. Eat an apple in 2 bites. 6 points. 6 divided by 2 to the n points for every bite n is greater than 2. Page 12.
Hey guys, Fink here. 169. Professors keep complaining about how distracted the modern student is during class, what with their laptops and cell phones and iPads and what have you.
Yeah, damn straight.
Damn straight. Clearly, it's time to harken back to the good old days, where students would bring nothing but their minds and a typewriter to take notes. 3 points per typewriter you send to a given class, maximum of 5 typewriters. 1 point for every team with at least 1 typewriter present at the same class. Yeah, coordination there. 170. While it's foolish to consider ghost busting an inherently gendered occupation, it would be equally so to assume that fast-paced twee dialogue and excruciating romantic complications would be any different. Give us the opening credits and scene from the latest grim and gritty gender-swapped reboot, Brillmore Bros. 10 points. 171. At the Mothman Museum, Mothman reminisces about the glory days, back when the world seemed so small and a Mothman out on their own could do anything they set their mind to. How naive they were back then. Jeff Palace of Goldblum calls his agent about getting a role in the new Men in Black movie. 7 points. 172. A packet of individually pulled out wet wipes, except the individual sheets you'll be removing are of delicious smoked salmon. 8 points to Spawn. 173. Jeff, Palace of Goldblum, uses the 9 Art Park bells to play the theme song from one of his many hit films. Mothman pets the Cape Dog. Waldo writes his deepest desire on the board. 5 points. 174. Your best recreations of the following: Ribs and Bibs, Rib Tips, Calypso Cafe, Plantain Nachos, and Dixie Kitchen Johnny Cakes. Never forget.
I will pay you for plantain nachos.
6 points each. 175. A bath Bob sorry, I gotta get that right. Must exhibit traditional Bob behavior. 19 TNT points. 176. At the Krishna temple down the hill, Mothman hunts their ancestral prey, the peacock, which may or may not be in the area. Recovered from his emotional crisis, Jeff Palace of Gold flirts with the elephant. 4 points. 177. You need to get out there and grind on the dance floor. You'll have 3 songs at a downtown club to click as many cookies as possible in a game of cookie clicker while simultaneously displaying your sexy moves. Now, of course, you could use a mobile port of the game, but I think we'd all be more impressed if a laptop accompanied your gyrations. 6 points, 3, 2, and 1 bonus points for first, second, and third, respectively. So this is a competition. 178, a booster seat. That is to say, a chair that automatically verbalizes a variety of compliments to whomever sits in it. 14 points, 4 bonus points for personalized commentary. 179, one of the highlights of the 1991 University of Chicago Centennial was the publication of the unofficial University of Chicago Centennial coloring book by the University of Chicago Centennial Fun and Festivals Committee. Unfortunately, it looks like the University of Chicago Quasi-Centennial Fun and Festivals Committee let us down during the University of Chicago Quasi-Centennial because I sure as heck didn't see any unofficial University of Chicago Quasi-Centennial coloring books being passed out. Guess it's up to us. Each team should create 3 humorously cutting scenes of 2016 campus life depicted in the ready-to-be-colored 8.5 by 11 thick-line style. We will be collecting these for compilation. 4 points per page, 1 bonus point if your submission includes a suitable replacement for the original's Hana Gray crayon. 180. With the holiday season a mere 7 months away, we'll need something to remember the good times when the weather outside is frightful. Make us a half-hour video of your team's roaring Yule log, complete with songs and sounds of the hunt relaxingly heard in the background. Needless to say, whether the fire you conspire by is an indoor fireplace or an outdoor location, get approval and keep it safe. Also, failed attempts at items make excellent kindling for your log. Just saying. 5 points. 181, Scav Hunt from the files of Police Squad. Film your team siren visiting increasingly confounding school and city locations, all set to the blazing horns of a soundtrack that would make Frank Drebin proud. 11 points. Yes! And that's this page. I think it might be there.
No, I think.
Oh, no, that's. Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, page number 13, item 182. Baby, you know I miss you. I want to get with you tonight, but I can't right now. So kiss me through your teaser trailer for the reboot of Soldier Boy, the animated series. 6.789998212 times 2 points. Item 183. There's too much to do. What can you say? With judgment only 1 day away, you're totally crazed. And you've got an MK&A inspired video to make. 9.5 points. Item 184. Mothman finds their favorite fellow animal pencil sharpener, while Waldo performs a pencil-themed eulogy in memory of Paul A. Johnson at the Pencil Sharpener Museum. For aren't we all just being sharpened by time? Number 2 points each. Item 185. Oh my goth. One of your best ghoul friends from Monster High is applying to the U of C next fall. We judges would love to give her some fantastic advice on rad missions, but we need a copy of her annotated Monster High transcript detailing her shriekments in all of her creeperific classes, her skulltastic aptitude test, gores, and extracurricular involvement. Boo plus boo points. Item 186. What slumbers there may not be human, but some darned scabby tried to touch one of your items before it was ready to be presented. Little did they know you brought your judgment guardian with fashionable gloves where they insert their eyes into their palm sockets, allowing them to behold the world of Scav and then identify the culprit. 17 points. Item 187. Everyone knows the best part about eating a slice of pizza is eating the... Well, make sure every bite has a little bit of the tip with a slice of pizza topping pizza with the pizza topping topped with slices of pizza as pizza topping. There must be at least 3 units of topping per slice in order to be considered a slice. There must be crust on one end and a pointy tip on the other. None of this square pizza BS. 5 pie points. Yes. Item 188. Put on your suit and tie because it's time to join the 2016 presidential race. Have a teammate report to the stag track at 11:30 a.m. in full formal attire, albeit with running shoes, ready to jump the hurdles of the American political landscape. Your representative should be prepared to do 2 distinct 2016 presidential candidate impressions from any time during the race, including at least 5 quotes from a recognizable speech. Secret Service members, Nerf armed and ready for anything, shouting encouragement all the way. 20.16 points. It does not... One Thursday. Oh, crap. That's my... 189. Just like Hogwarts, the UMC is full of evil professors and soul-sucking dementors. And I haven't perfected my Patronus yet. In the style of Joshua Allen Harris, create an oversized Patronus that will inflate via portable box fans to protect you from harm's way. Go big or go home, because it's showcased for 150 points. Yeah, item 189. Item 190. The Star Wars saga may have kicked off its plans for reboot with a huge bang, but you know what is completely missing from their planned anthology? The story of Padme Amidala in the Naboo Legislative Youth Program. Produce 3 of the future Queen/Senator of Naboo's famed bills that theoretically addressed the issues plaguing her pastoral mid-rim planet. Nab 2 points each. Item 191. Meanwhile, at the palace, Immortan John Brown craves the palace's reservoir of water, but finds it is just out of his grasp. Mothman roosts in the pavilion, while Waldo is appalled by how horribly he clashes with the palace's decor. He lights the candle in apology. 7 points. Item 192. I, Dong Jun, and your kimchi empire. But this time, you won't let me get away with it. When you confront me, be sure I get the taste of my own medicine and your latest kimchi product. 6 slappy points. Item 193. Immortan John Brown demands fealty from the Warm Glow Candle Shop and its world's largest candle. Mothman feels strangely drawn to its fake yellow flame, while Waldo purchases a small can in case of emotional emergency for 8 points. Item 194. Hear ye, hear ye. The Court of Hutch Commons shall hold a modest inquiry this Thursday at 8 p.m. into the nature of mock witchcraft. How ye accused judges guilty of that mock crime may be convicted, and the means used for their discovery discussed both negatively and affirmatively according to scripture and experience. Evidence and details for attorneys partaking in said mock witch trial shall be distributed at the Airy for 35 points. Say what?
Is there a fountain on this campus?
Yes, absolutely.
Can we throw someone in?
Oh, we can find fountains.
And go to the council circle.
A
15
Historically, the law fountain is traditional.
I could
for
do
being
one
thrown
more.
into.
Excellent.
No, I was actually gonna.
Or
is
running naked
14 right
through-
here?
I know, that's why. Go for it. Read many times.
Okay.
Did you just finish
It looks like Andrew would like to read.
Oh, but Andrew.
Oh, 14 is up. Yes. What? All right.
Andrew's reading instead.
And a sledgehammer.
Yes, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Please don't smash the microphone. Oh wait,
Right.
here's your page.
Yeah, that would be useful. Item 195. tinyurl.com/Z3V5YH points. 1 bonus point if before judgment. Yeah.
Figure it out.
196. As the sun sets on your headquarters, the trees become alive with the stirrings of Kodama. 16 points. 197. Danger! Danger! High voltage! At judgment, when they touch and when they kiss, their undergarments safely light up like the fires in their loins. 12 V points. 198. You know what New Mexico has that other states don't? An official state question. Why should they hog all the fun? Write your own question and get a response from an elected official. 5 points for a local official, 8 points for a U.S. representative or senator, 13 points for a governor.
What about a sitting president?
They do not mention.
I think the city president is the local.
Yeah.
He's a state
All right.
official.
199. A bone-chilling selection played on your Florin xylophone. 32 points. 200. A secret weapon? I wonder what it could be. Perhaps it's that ridiculously oversized mitt you're wearing. Catch a pop fly at judgment with your comically gigantic baseball glove. 14 points. 201. A paper airplane gun must both fur and shoot the planes into the skies. Mustn't break any housing rules in the process. 45 points. Apostrophe 1945. 202. Grey Poupon may be delicious on a beefsteak Chateaubriand while driving in a Rolls Royce in Derbyshire. But American audiences want a real mustard for real Americans. Recreate the famous commercial on the most American of vehicles. 3 points for pogo sticks, 5 points for unicycles, 8 points for segways, 13 points for hoverboards. 203. We've all chuckled at drawing dicks on the Herald Sun, so why can't the most recent edition of the Maroon give us a few well-drawn laughs? 8 = D points. 204. Scare away the other teams with a homemade Aztec. 20 points. 205. With all the chaos and madness of the hunt, it's nice to have some peaceful downtime. I'm sure that rock balancing spectacle outside your headquarters must have really taken the edge off. Watch out for falling boulders. 13 points. 206. The only thing I hate more than the third quarter of self is missing the game hour at the senior's home. Fix this by providing me with the SOSC bingo card full of epistemological buzzwords and socially constructed catchphrases so I can bide my time between Marcuse and de Beauvoir. Please have your game board ready at the Erie. 5 points, 3 extra to the first team to win, 1 point if you win by the end of class.
Item 207. My inner daredevil has always wanted to go down Niagara Falls in a barrel, but it's a bit too far away. Good thing there's a waterfall in the Chicago city limits. Homunculus of yourself in a tiny bear for the falls and into his 11 points. Get a get. 18 points. 36 points for a gay get. 209. After checking in at the front desk, the lovers check out the SEXY leg at the sundial at Sun Aurora Resort and begin their journey with a quick set of sun salutations. 6 points. 210. To assuage my hatred of this humidity and heat, install a Neil Simone-inspired painting somewhere on the campus by Friday evening where I can reminisce about the winters I hold so dear. Don't need to...
Yeah, awesome. Are we back? Can someone check the stream? Are we back? Reconnect. Can we hear us now? What do you think? People are typing. Yay! Okay, great. All right, sorry about that. The Wi-Fi here died. Nikki is our hero who is tethering us to her phone, so I'm gonna let Andrew get back to reading.
These last two items on this page are just too spectacular. Item 212. Those WPA-inspired NASA space tourism posters are stellar, but they're a bit too far for my travels. Plus, Why fly light years away when we have frozen, desolate wastelands so close to home? Advertise a trip to the UFC library or study space of your choice. 15 light points. 213. When one scavvy graduated, we never replaced them on the team with anyone else. We just kept on scavving like they were still there. Show us your Sandlot-style epilogue for the graduating members of your squad. Yeah, people are graduating from masters and doctorates, you know, not undergrad. Okay. All right, I'm. What? 15 is right here.
All right. Okay. Hello, and I'm Pat. Let's do a thing.
Hey guys.
Item number 214. But not every team member eventually gave up the sport. One of them has spent their whole hunt training for the opening and only day of Olympic competition. And now, just like the athletes in Rio, that experience is going to make bank for your team's TV network. Show the world the human attention span won't be more than 3 minutes, and our emotions should swing wildly. Videos should be submitted to scavpage15@gmail.com by 5 p.m. on Friday. 11 points. 215, a perfect Pharaoh shuffle. 2 points per consecutive Pharaoh shuffles, up to 8. 216, we've already seen Goten and Trunks do the fusion dance. Show us the nuclear fission dance. You better make sure those smaller elements are perfectly in sync and hidden from view by the larger ones until they're physically necessary. You 23.5 points. 217, TBA, 2 points. 218, at the Field of Corn in Dublin, the lovers stretch out in the grass, hold hands, and take in the sun. They find themselves asking the big questions. Where did it all go wrong? How did we all get here? Where does corn figure into the workings of the universe? 3 points. 219. A knit scarf that shows at least 5 sequential time steps of Conway's Game of Life. 20 points if it contains a blinker. 25 if it also contains a toad. 30 for a blinker, toad, and glider. Number 220. Conway's Game of Life, more like Kanye's Game of Life. Yes! I'm going to need convincing that Kanye's image is not a Garden of Eden. 8.08 points and heartbreak. 221. I'm going to let you finish the list, but Kanye's Game of Life, trademark, was one of the best games of all time. One of the best games of all time. I am a god, 7 points. 222. 3 logicians walk into a bar is the start of my favorite joke. But what would they order? Create 2 colored concoctions that reflect true and false. These logical liquids should also respect the operations of and or, i.e. mixing processes, through appropriate color change. Said concoctions do not have to be alcoholic, but must be liquid. 27 points, 11 bonus points for also respecting XOR. 223.
Interesting.
Interesting. I really need a Bruce Lee cocktail right about now.
That's all.
223. Hey, Knight, do the thing with the bishop. Show me some American, Australian, and European-style 5-finger fillet. Just be careful not to lose a pawn because you're going so damn fast. 2 points each, 0 points for using an actual knife. 224. Hey, Bishop, do that thing with the knight. At 3 p.m. Saturday in Hull Court Quad, clad in your bishop regalia, show us a knight's tour. While bishops don't often wear their Jordans, it would behoove you to do so. 64 over 4 points. 225, dot dot dot. I'm sorry. Dash dot 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 dash dot. 15 points. 226. At judgment, unscramble a Rubik's Cube to match ours. BYO Cube, 9 points. 227. A Svengali flip book about a Houdini trick. 1 flip book, 1 side, 2 stories. 21 points. 228. A magnifying glass with an outline of the U.S. that has extra power when looking through the magnificent state of Texas. 28th state points. 229. Holy holly, Batman. We've got to step up our game to cure the darkness in Gotham. Bring me a Batarang to add to my utility belt. You know, like a Batarang. Except it bursts into color rather than impales people. 14 points. Item 230. A Scooby-Doo-esque doorway chase scene, 12 meddling points.
Yes!
231. 231. You think that's cute, algebraic topologists? I'll show you cute. Suspend the hairs of a koosh ball such that none of them are touching. 5 hairy points. Item 232. A braided loaf of Cathala, equal parts kosher and demonic cult god. 6.86 repeating points. Both the 8 and the 6 are repeating, to be clear. 233. A portrait of your favorite magical being made out of playing cards in the style of Glenn Kano's Ricky J. 52 over 2 points. And that is page 15. Who's up?
Since I wrote in 17 and 18, can I do 16 so I'm surprised and then go for 17 or 18? Awesome. I want to be surprised in case there's something actually good on this list. Zing. Item 2. Exactly. Item 234. A 2-minute clip from the documentary that blew the lid off the biggest story of the year, peeling back the layers of the mysterious and complex society and culture of the blind, book-retrieving worker gnomes who toil ceaselessly in the stacks of Karar. 6 points. 235. It's a semi-charmed kind of life, baby. I assume that's some sort of 90s reference. Oh, right. Nice. No, my face, my beautiful face. I mean, my hideous face. Make a charm bracelet charting the rise and fall of your favorite short-lived pre-20th century tyrant, with each charm representing a major event in your individual's tragic history. 3 points per charm, up to 24 points. 236. Shut up, Alex. Don't call me lovely. Item 236. Explaining the theories I've picked up in Soch to my baby is proving harder than I'd expected. Craft a giant stuffed animal version of one of those abstract concepts, e.g. the invisible hand or cave dweller or day sign. I don't know what the hell that means. I didn't take that Soch apparently. To help make the human experience a bit more huggable. 17.100 points. 237. Tickle Me Elmo lounge singer in full period costume. 13 points. 238. At the peak of the Temple of Tolerance, the lovers learn tolerance of themselves. They realize that they're fine on their own. Nobody needs a significant other to be happy. They're fine. We're fine. We're all going to make it. After snapping one last picture, the lovers head back to Chicago, soundtrack by the OJ's Love Train. 6 points. 239. Show a 3-minute highlight reel from the unreleased Judge Judy episode where the kids from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory finally take the mad chocolatier to court. 14 points. 240. The construction and presentation of items are pretty miraculous, I'd say. And wait a sec. Didn't the Scavin Pope decree that 2 miracles make an item a saint? Well, in that case, I guess you're going to have to craft a luxuriously decorated reliquary for your headquarters that contains a venerated item from your team's history. 15 points. 241. break out your bonnets and get ready to spin some wool because it's time to send in your Scavies video application, adhering to all U.S. Broadcasting S&P TV PG legislation for MTV's new family-oriented smash hit, Girls Gone Laura Ingalls Wilder. 19th century points. 242. Some say the last place team in a competition gets shafted, but here at Scav, we like to think differently. Design and fabricate the official Scav Sacco lack of victory wreath to be retroactively awarded to Team Tornado. 10 pendulous points. 243. Being sandwiched between two screaming babies on an airplane is almost indisputably the nadir of the human experience. Solve this nightmare by constructing a pacifier that converts a baby suckling into soothing music for all those around it. 7.47 points. 244. This week on True TV, Scavvy on the quad. 0.5 points per squirrel successfully interviewed. 0.05 points per squirrel unsuccessfully interviewed. Up to 10 points.
So 20 on squirrel
That's it. Yes, 200 fix. 245. Send a Scavvy to judgment dressed head to toe in their best bar mitzvah party favor finery. 1 point per item, up to 13 items. 246. At judgment, prove that you can judge a book by its cover. 12 points. 247. After rumblings of widespread dissatisfaction in Chicago's relative whimsy level, RWL, were reported, the city government decided to transform Chicago's loop into its very own loop-de-loop. Do your part in improving our city's RWL by bringing a scale model of Wabash Street, including a functional loop-de-looping train line of your choice to judgment. 37 points for a functional loop-de-loop, a photo-accurate train, and more than 5 identifiable Wabash Street buildings. 248. Bowl flex. Rip a shit. Get fit. Hold on. Let me read that again. 248. Bowl flex. Hang on. No, I got it. Go try. Give me one.
Okay, so.
Oh, wait. I can do this. Hang on. Item 248. Bowl flex. Rip a shit.
Okay, that's it. Step in there.
Oh God, Ben, help.
Hello. Item 248. Bowflex. Rip a shit, get fit. 4 points per toilet-attached exercise device available to be comfortably used while pooping. Up to 32 points. 0 points if you actually poop during the demo.
Oh, yeah. All right. Last one, item 249. Scav might be about 113 years behind the curve, but it's time for the rise of the wrong flyer. Make a duration-focused Academy of Model Aeronautics compliant rubber band-powered biplane canard to demonstrate your aeronautical prowess. Jet on over to Henry Crown at 1 p.m. on Saturday, 42 points based on distance. Oh, God, somebody else.
So I take it you're doing that.
Good work there, Vinny. Good work.
Rip for shit. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna make sure that Vinny is well taken care of. We're gonna get him the best treatment available. In the meantime, item 250. Ain't no rule says a cactus can't play the theme song. 17 amplified points. 251. Marcus Pfister's The Rainbow Fish in Gyotako form. Share at least 3 of your glorious pages for 13 points. 252. As they cross Zanesville's Y Bridge, the lovers ask the deep questions while listening to Hillary Duff's Why Not? 2 points. 253. There's nothing more satisfying than popping a good pimple. Ooh, except maybe bubble wrap. We can't decide, nor should we have to. Make a sheet of combo paper and a giant extractor so we can soothe those atavistic grooming urges without the risk of physical scars. 11 preteen points. 254. Well, Waldo is hailed as a hero at the Wawa. Immortan John Brown warns the lovers against becoming addicted to Wawa. It will take hold of them and they will resent its absence. Jeff, Palace of Goldblum, works out a new character, Jeff Palace of Goldblum, but wearing soft pretzels as glasses. Mothman sips some sweet tea. 12 points. 255. I sink, therefore I am. A demonstrable Cartesian diver that looks like Rene himself. I sink, therefore points. 252. A crossword puzzle race. No, wait, a crossword puzzle construction race. We'll supply the 15 by 15 grids to your proto-regals, along with a few required theme entries, including a few crowd suggestions. They will then follow the standard construction rules to solve a solid grid as quickly as possible. Once your grid has been submitted, you will have until judgment to submit your accompanying list of clues. Pointing will be determined by both the original speed of construction and cleverness of the clues themselves, so keep your Roman numerals and kimono sashes to yourselves. The Crucible begins at 11 a.m. in the Reynolds Club South Lounge on Thursday, upwards to 25 points. 257. A drawing of your headquarters in the style of the Museum Wormianum frontispiece, wherein sketches of your neatly categorized items replace the curiosities. 19 points. 258. It's okay. Accidents happen. Enhance the natural imperfection of a busted item with coleslaw, chewing gum, or Play-Doh kintsugi. 1 point. 259. What are the names of the dogs at the Four Quarters Interfaith Sanctuary? How many stones are in the circle in the woods? 3.5 plus or minus a half point. 260. Send someone clever with good balance to Henry Crown at 10 a.m. on Friday for Yogi Berra's yoga/baseball crossover, an event that's 90% mental and the other half physical. When you come to 8 points, take them. 261. Foamhenge. It's like Stonehenge, but made out of foam. Don't you understand? 1 point. 262. Take your people watching to the next level with a Marshallese stick chart representing the flow of campus foot traffic. Be prepared to explain the RILib and KLib of students when you present your map at judgment for 8 points. 263. 4 college friends, each reeling from a horrible long-term breakup, decide to pile in the car and head east towards the only place that might still be for lovers. Immortan John Brown straps on his chest plate and breathing mask, fluffs his bushy beard, and straps in for a wild ride on the Fury Road. The sensitive, reclusive CEO of the Wawa Corporation, Waldo, grabs his pet Canada goose and climbs aboard in the back seat, of course. Jeff, Palace of Goldblum, lets his career get in the way of his relationships once before. Clad in his trademark suit of pure gold, he promises not to make the same mistake again. Finally, Mothman wants to know if the secret to finding love in their future could be hidden somewhere in their mysterious past. Kicking off at 7 a.m. on Thursday in front of the Reynolds Club, this road trip will show that love is a journey, not a destination. Delta points. 264. What is this? More peace? The Beckley Peace Totem inspires the lovers to find inner peace. 2 points. 18. You want to do 18? Go for it.
Nobody wants to do a page for the first time. I'll do another page.
We got 18 and then Scav Olympics.
Excellent. Page. Sure, we will stay on this Wi-Fi network and at least until we are done reading the list. Page 18. 265. In the style of Midway's Rara Avis, a model of the reg composed of suspended school supplies. 25 points. 266. Your miniature iris door decorated to look like an eye. 18 points. 267. 333-77223, 26677, 333328, 333366, 444-777, 8000-444-4447, 0444-111-3333, 5 points. 268. Yeah, I was probably a dick for reading all of that, but it kind of amused me. 268. Watch the chair. Your rap rendering of the most recent Federal Reserve press release. Prove you're a true MC with rhyme and flow, but also be true to the FOMC with an accurate and unambiguous representation of the statement's content. Markets rose 16 points on the news. 269. They say Tinder, trademark, is a meat market, but I'm not interested if I can't trade futures contracts. Use the CME's ARB to deliver a pickup line, a breakup message, and wedding vows. 7 points. 270. Graduation, like death, represents the end of one state of being and the transition to a new one. Add a little psycho pomp and circumstance with an urn depicting the spirit of convocation as it guides students into the afterlife / shaking hands with Zimmer. 11 points. 271. Did you know that in addition to Lay's registered trademark and Jay's registered trademark, there's a brand of chips made by one Uncle Ray? Did you know Uncle Ray has a brother-in-law named Bill? Where'd Bill work in 1954? 4 points. 272. My life be like Bow Wow's Hulk-themed car in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. But your life be like a Lego, registered trademark, car themed after a different member of Marvel's The Avengers, registered trademark. 12 points. 273. One of life's greatest disappointments is that when the weatherman says dress for the mid-70s, he's not talking about bell-bottoms and polyester. Help salve our disappointment with an outdoor thermometer that indicates the temperature XX degrees by playing a song first released in 19XX. 38 points. 274. Nicki Minajian Ethics, the philosophical tract that asks, Miley, what is the good? 2 points. 275. Gild a Lily, 8 points. 276. In the style of Dominoes, an online showcase tracker to keep the hunt informed of the progress and setbacks of one of your team's showcase items. Dominoes lets us send messages of encouragement, so you should too. 17 points for a URL by noon on Saturday. Yep. 277. Canned laughter that actually comes in a can. 4 points. 278. Time to say bicep with biceps. On one arm, disgraced former FIFA president Sepp Blatter making time with a person of whatever gender you choose. On the other arm, same Sepp, differently gendered partner. Naturally, flexing your muscles should add a dynamic element to the scene. 7.5 points per arm. 279. Muscles aren't everything, you know. One over-the-top spring-based arm wrestling machine that can provide a healthy challenge to human opponents. 30 points. 3 bonus points if it is switched on by flipping a trucker hat backwards. 280. This bus kneels before Zod. 1 point. 281. By Thursday morning, Install a Burma Shave registered trademark style set of signs advertising your team along a common pathway to campus. 12 points for a complete set of 6 signs. 282. If Monster High has taught us anything, it's that any school can be made better by disembodied tentacles emerging from every crack and crevice. Make campus better. Tentacle points. 283. So your marionette can dance to WTF, but if you put it down, flip it, and reverse it, can your puppet dance to work it? Of course, each must be an appropriate outfit. 24 points. 284. That envelope we told you not to open, unopened. Sigma points.
I guess we did. Oh, we didn't open it. Oh, good. Keep not opening it anyway. No.
I think you should open it anyway.
Then Sigma, you're right. Yeah. What's in the box? What's in the box? Okay, guys. Scav Olympics. Scav Olympics are to be held at 10:30 on Saturday on Eckert Quad. We know the pointing. We've been here long enough. 1. What's the greatest sport ever, you ask? Gef warping. Send a team member in full LARP gear, ready for truly anything, with a shopping cart or similarly wheeled device in tow. 2. The reverse oxpecker. Land the most ticks, staples launched from a conventional office stapler, subject to judge approval, onto a team member's hair in a set amount of time. The oxpecker. Pick these staples out for counting and judging. Bring your own stapler, fully loaded. No, oxpeckers peck at giraffes. 2. This is a giraffe Olympic. 3. Each team should submit one competitor who, in a time test, will bite single rows of corn off of an ear of corn in an alternating stripe pattern, bite individual kernels of corn to create a checkerboard pattern, freestyle corn chomp. 4. Bumpsy Daisy, the ultimate gentle person's duel. 5. I cried because I had no shoes until I met a man who had no feet. And then I got really confused because there was this third guy with shoes on his hands trying his best to tie the shoes of a fourth guy. 6. Captain Legbeard's waxing race. Send 3 and let it rip. 7. Icelandic horses have developed, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Tolt? There's a thing there. A gait so smooth that riders can hold a glass of water without spilling a drop of that drink. Have Scavies developed their own version of Tolt? We'll find out at Scav Olympics. Just don't have anyone sitting on anyone else's shoulders. Icelandic horses hate shoulders. 8. Have you ever played Pin the Tail on the Donkey? Well, this is sort of like that, but instead of a pin, you have a floss pick precariously notched between your 2 front teeth. And instead of a donkey, you have 15 balloons. And did we mention that your hands are behind your back? 9. It's like a wheelbarrow race, but the wheelbarrow's feet are on their teammates' shoulders. And that's it. That is the list.
So, what is going on early in the morning?
We've got some sort of thing.
Yeah, Shirley, it's your show. Yeah, so
Is it okay for me to turn off my
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Good night, Debbie. Anyway, so some big things coming up for tomorrow. We need a volunteer for the presidential race.